Hey, what's going on with y'all? Fellas, ladies, was good? And all the other fellow TIs out there. Man, I was sitting around here thinking about like all the bullshit, and I was trying to like get all the main topics I wanted to get out first, you know what I'm saying? When I originally was thinking about all this shit when it was happening to me, I was like, I'm gonna give them like about 12 chapters of like all the shit I've been going through, and I want to just discuss them. But it was funny because when I had got back and touched down out here, man, I started realizing I was like, I made way more probably videos than that since I've been back. And not to mention that the videos I've been making are on topics that I had no fucking idea that I was gonna want to do those topics until they popped up in my head when I got back. So I forgot about the little shit that bothered me the fucking most that I was gonna originally do. I forgot about all that shit because I didn't write it down. You know me, I don't like to write shit down. I just think everything's gonna stay up here. It'll always stay. As much as my memory's fantastic, I forget shit just like anybody else. I need to stop doing that horse shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm arrogant as fuck. I'm a Leo, so that's where that comes from, Trust my my memory first. Fucking with people. This shit happens like fucking with your stuff, man. In other words, fucking with your stuff. Messing with your shit. Taking shit apart and putting it back. Fucking things up. Unstitching things out of shit that don't need to be unstitched from. Like hats, beanies, and shit like that. I can show you some shit right the fuck now, actually. Hold on. I'm gonna show you something that I still got. I got a little present, that I still got. This is the one thing I held on to, because I used to throw all my hats in the trash. I rocked them shits for a couple of days and throw them right in the fucking garbage. Because I just didn't trust nothing I had on me, nothing I was wearing. Because I feel like everything I had on or some shit that I was like, wearing or whatever I had on me, I felt like that was the way I was getting tracked. Because I'm like, how the fuck else is everyone getting to me? It's got to be this, it got to be that. Got to be the phone, through that way. It's got to be this. Got to be the hat, throw off the hat and shit. I throw so many motherfucking hats in the street. You know what I'm saying? That it's not even fucking funny. And this is the hat right here. I wore this hat, I think, in a video before. This hat's all fucked up. Look at the stitching, man. It used to be perfectly fine. Like, the stitching this is all taken out. All of this shit was taken out of my fucking hat. Like, they're fucking with this shit. And I'm telling you, I don't know if it's still on here or not, but there's like a color on here that didn't even match the fucking color of the hat. As you can tell it happened. It might not be on this hat. I feel like it is on this hat. I know it's gonna make me like an asshole though, because I'm trying to show you this shit. It don't really matter, but as you can see, the shit's all fucked up. Like, everything is all I didn't do that. I got a bunch of hats. I don't fuck with the inner lining of the hat. Like, let me show you this one, for instance. Like, this is like the inner lining of every fucking hat. This hat was given to me by a fucking homeboy. But I have other hats, and you'll never see the inner lining of my hat fucked up. I got a hat that's here. I had it for about 5-6 years. And all of a sudden, like, it's just like me having a hat that long that never had nothing wrong inside. And all of a sudden, I leave it around somebody who I'm supposed to be trusting. And I come back and something's all fucked up with the hat and shit's falling out of it. It don't make no damn sense. That hat wasn't all that cheap. You know what I'm saying? It's a regular fucking hat, but it ain't cost for this to happen. That shit don't just happen like that. I wear hats all the fucking time. I think I would know. And I think a lot of reason why I forgot about to talk about this shit is because I don't really care. Like, people mess with your phone too. I'm talking about the pictures on there, like Photoshop them. That happens. That's a thing. Photoshop is a motherfucking thing. So, it's usually to make you look stupid or bad. And if it bothers you, that's why I notice the most. If it bothers you, they're gonna keep doing that. They're gonna double it up. Okay, he hates this, so we're gonna keep doing this shit. I hated to be fucking followed all the time, so they kept following me to the full extent. Because I hated it. I fucking couldn't stand it. I got pissed off. So that made it fun for them. See, the shit that I didn't pay attention to, they don't keep going there. And I noticed that because, like, for instance, with the hat stitching, they did that shit like twice. And I never was able to catch on. And if you can't catch on, they've been doing it to you for a long time. You didn't know about it. And I started looking at some of my shit. Like, and the reason why I knew this was happening because Sorry about that. My my ex was always telling me some bullshit about my clothes are fucked with. Someone's messing with the stitching in the clothes. And she would show me her clothes and all this shit. She'd show me them and like, she'd be like, this doesn't look the same when I bought it. And I'm just like sitting here like, she would do this shit all the time to like just distract me or whatever the fuck ever. I'm just like, whatever, okay, I don't see it. I mean, we done had arguments that went on for like fucking 6 hours about a fucking shirt that she bought that got fucked over. And you can't see the difference. It doesn't matter if it looks good. You can't see the difference. Someone cut my hair. Someone's cutting my hair at night. Well, it ain't fucking me. Or maybe you're cutting your own fucking hair and then going around saying I did it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that could be one of the fucking issues here. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know some bitch stuck a needle in my arm talking about revenge and she did it. Some fucking nurse bitch. What's that about? Revenge for what? Because I ain't fucking do nothing to nobody. Nothing to deserve no shit like that. If you gonna get revenge on somebody, you gotta do something at an equal stature. If someone's fucking with me on some gangster shit and I gotta go fucking handle his ass, I gotta find an appropriate method to how I'm gonna fuck with that piece of shit who owes me money. What should I do? He's been fucking golfing at this one place a lot since he likes golfing. Want to take a golf club and shove it up his fucking ass. And then, you know, stab in the back of his letter like, hey, you know, the golfer didn't want to pay up. You know, I guess he got caught up in his own fucking game. You know what I'm saying? It's the kind of shit that's the shit you see in the movies, but that's some shit that they be doing to you. Like, nigga did show up at my house with a trash bag, like a black like plastic bag, and laid it on the ground, and then fucking dumped rose petals all over it. That was a message. He did that in front of me in my fucking house and left it all over the ground and didn't pick it up, nothing, like the asshole. And that was the message for that was, we'll see you at your funeral soon. Because you about to be dead. And I was getting that message all the time. Like, gunshot messages were a thing. You know, this guy was on his damn phone and shit. I think I mentioned this story. And he was like, it was like 3 in the morning or some shit. Who knows? And I think it was like 3:30. And it was like exact time. And as soon as that time hit, he's like, let me know when it's 3:30. And the gunshot went off and shit like that. And he's like, what time is it? And I'm like, 3:30. He's like, perfect. Right on time. You know what I'm saying? He did that shit like trying to like let me know that like I'm calling the shots type shit. I was like, all right, nigga, I see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see you. Whatever the fuck ever. I wish you would hurry up and call these fucking shots, you know, because it's taking a long fucking time. They just keep trying to scare my ass. They don't want to kill me because I want that too much. Same reason for the following. I didn't want that, so they kept doing it. If I was scared about dying so much, they'd have been fucking kill my ass probably. So they wanted to keep torturing me because I didn't like the torture. I hated that shit, but I was able to endure the torture. I was able to fucking handle that shit, take it like a motherfucking man. I didn't run my tail between my legs, nah. That happened to me one time and they didn't do nothing but make me stronger every fucking sense. My tail was out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ready. It's only staying forward. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker's just flapping. Fuck that shit. I'm not gonna be tucking my tail between my legs. I ain't gonna be pussy enough for nobody, man. Because it's bullshit. You know, these motherfuckers do what they did. You know, whatever. Okay. I applaud some of them for some of the shit they did because it's shit so organized that you can't do nothing but respect it sometimes. You're like, God damn, these motherfuckers fooled me. That was slick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's like you're preying on the innocent, though, at the same time. So, kind of makes you a bitch-ass motherfucker when you do that because you're kind of preying on the weak and you're also preying on the people who don't know any better, the innocent, the good. And the people who have a light shining in front of their face and you're jealous of that, so you play them. Like some bitch-ass motherfuckers. But at the end of the day, you're going to get yours. And we all know you're going to get yours. I mean, it's not a secret. Because every day you look in the mirror, when you wake up and you know that you're a gang-stalking piece of shit, you're going to look in that mirror and you're going to finally realize that, God damn, I really am a bitch-ass motherfucker. So, That's what I see out there was a bunch of them. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't see nobody who was really the people who were actually like about something. They're not in the mix. They're not doing that shit. They're not out there playing that fucking childish game. They're out there shot calling. But don't think that most of the people who are after you ain't nobody to be fucking with. Some of these people, like, you don't want to get in their way. You know what I'm saying? When they get to the level of like they're like faking like their law enforcement and faking like their fucking EMTs. That's when it gets to be a little scary because those motherfuckers have some kind of pull and some kind of push, and you don't want to play with them. You know what I'm saying? If they can sit there and like basically put handcuffs on you or put you in the back of EMT fucking truck and then like disguise that whole situation and make you look like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's somebody you don't want to really step on their toes, man. You want to just cooperate and do what they say. You know, go talking shit in that EMT. Don't go talking shit when you get to the fucking emergency room either, because the motherfuckers ain't trying to hear that. Don't go in there and be like, man, I'm tired of you, fuck. They don't want to hear that. Nah. Don't even say that. Don't even mention it. Don't even think about it. Don't even think of that shit, because they can probably read your fucking mind anyway, right? Feels that way. You know, so don't go up in there talking shit. Don't go up in there fucking trying to, you know, because you're not going to get no good result out of it. We need you to stay alive. We need you to be strong. We need you to keep living through this shit. I need you to, because when you die, all of us die inside that's been through this bullshit. You know, it's like that domino effect that I was telling you about too, and positive energy and negative energy, how negative people stick to negative energy and positive people stick to positive energy. So when you die, like, you know, by like doing something that was foolish and could have prevented you from dying, and you still have more time on this shit to really make your mark on this world, even though it seems like you can't, you can. When you go doing things like that, we're not going to be ashamed of your death, but you're going to hurt us inside as well, because we're like, damn, we lost another one, man. We don't have many of y'all. We lost one. We want to gain one. You know, we don't want to lose none. So, you know, when I say that, it's not telling you because you got to be scared to speak out, but you also know that when you can't do something about a situation, if there's 6 people and you're just one, and they have sticks and shit and clubs and all that shit in your hand, you ain't got no protection, no gun, no nothing. It might be you can put your pride up if you want to and try to fight these motherfuckers, but you know you're gonna go out looking fucked up. You can get killed in a situation like that trying to be macho. Was my point. Okay, you died like a G, but you still died. You hurt a couple of people because you weren't thinking about them. You're being selfish. Might as well have pulled the trigger yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you hurting all these people behind. So that's the same thing. Obviously, you know, it's never telling anyone that suicide is a way. Of course, it's not by any means. And I never didn't mean that. I didn't want that to have any relation to each other at all. You know, just saying that, you know, we got to sit together through all this shit. Like, shit, fucking with your stuff. Like, I remember, like lighters and shit like that. Like, fucking lighters would get fucked with a lot. And this was a big factor in a lot of shit that used to go on. Like, lighters would go up missing. And it'd be lighters with pictures on them because obviously, like I said, you're not going to remember a white lighter from a blue lighter. You're not going to remember which one is yours. And, you know, is that my blue lighter? No, it's mine. No, mine had this little. No, mine had a mark on it. No, fuck that. So we're gonna just draw all that bullshit out, and we're gonna just scratch that out, and we're gonna put this in instead with the pictures. Now you can't say that we both had a fucking picture with an owl on it. You both can't say that because the chances of that happening is not as easy as both y'all having a fucking blue lighter or a black one. You know, so. That was a way to fuck with my head because those lighters that ended up missing that we bought with pictures on them that I specifically remembered the picture on them. Like, I remember the owl lighter that I fucking hated because that shit always came back. And that fucking owl represents some things that aren't very pretty on that side. Not for everything, the owl was a great animal, but it also represents the mascot that people are running behind. It has to do with some gang stalking shit. And it gets really evil and grim, and I don't want to get into that because it's fucking scary, honestly. This shit is not, you know. So yeah, like there was a lighter I had with like these head designs on it, like you know, flowers or whatever the fuck ever it was, and there was one that had like these black and white stripes on it. You couldn't miss it, you know. I had one that had Jimi Hendrix on it and shit like that too, and all of a sudden like fucking like the lighter would be missing after like not even 30 minutes of having it. All of a sudden like 2 months later I'll see it end up and like somebody would hand it to me outside. Like this happened to me one time. I'm not making this shit up. This shit fucked with my head good. This is the one thing that I never forgot was a story. Was I was at this outside the Circle K, and this is when this shit first happened where people or it was the second time it happened. It was worse than the first time. The second time was worse. You know, first time was scarier because I didn't know, but the second time was scary too. But I understood what was going on, but I was trying to figure out why. And they got the most aggressive to me. They were actually like, one dude ran up to me, a security guard, he had like a nice stick in his hand. He like, he was swinging at me and turn around like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is going on? Everyone was like, motherfuckers was trying to hit me and shit, like trying to fucking hit me. And that's when I got shot at too. So shit was crazy, man. But I seen him at the Circle K. You know, I had a cigarette, and I'm like, I need a lighter. And he pulls out a lighter. I'm like, hey, man, you got a lighter by any chance? And he was looking at me. He kept pulling up when everyone else was pulling up. So, and I didn't forget his face neither. I didn't forget his face. He looked like he was actually from, like, Germany or something like that. I saw a lot of people from Germany as well who were in fucking Tucson. What the fuck were they doing there? All these people, a lot of people from Europe and shit were there. It's fucking ridiculous. Not saying I have any problem with the UK or Europe or anything like that, but what the fuck? What are they doing out there in the desert? Like in the summertime? Look, that's not the place to be traveling to in the fucking summer. No one wants to go to Tucson in the fucking summer. It's like going to like Thailand in the fucking summer. You go there during the wintertime when it's like 80 degrees over there. You go to Tucson in the summer, you're looking at 105 degrees and 110 on average, motherfucker. You really want to go out there? Fuck out of here with that shit. I mean, there's some sightseeing places, but they weren't even in an area that was anywhere near the sightseeing places. It didn't make any motherfucking sense. So, I actually used his phone. Actually, I'll talk that. Let me go back to the other story. My bad. So, this motherfucker pulls out his lighter and he's like this. He pulls it out. He's all like, "Yeah, sure, buddy." He pulls it out. He goes like this. Like displays it to me just like that. So he's making sure that I'm seeing what the fuck he's doing on like that. And he showed me the lighter like it was like some magician shit. He just was like ta-da. And then it was the lighter with the fucking owl on it. Okay, there's a possibility that he could have bought that lighter. Because they did. But that was like a limited edition, motherfucker. They didn't come out with those picture lighters that Jimi Hendrix. You ain't gonna find that shit tomorrow. You might, but come the fuck on, dog. Like the odds of that. The odds of that happening. You know I can't be crazy. And that shit happened. He gave me the fucking lighter back. He said, "You can keep that shit." I threw that shit right in the fucking garbage. Should have kept it, but that lighter was cursed. I threw it right in the garbage, man. And that lighter with the owl on that shit. And he fucking gave it to me. He fucked with my head badly with that shit. That would mess with your head too if someone had like the exact baseball card and shit that you gave to somebody else. And all of a sudden, this random person that when this is happening pulls out that baseball card and gives it, and it looks like the exact same one as yours. And then just walks the fuck off. And like, "Yeah, sure, you had that, buddy." Waiting for me. Knew I was going to ask him that shit. He was just, like, he pulled up knowing I was going to ask him for a goddamn lighter. And they do know that shit because I went in the store and I bought the fucking smoke. So he's like, okay, this nigga just went in the store. I'm on surveillance. He went in the store, he got a cigar. He looked like he ain't got a lighter. He might ask you for a lighter, so, keep in tune. It's organized like that, man. And it's not really that fucking hard. If I'm watching somebody, right? I'll watch a lady go into the store and I'm watching her from binoculars and my boy's on the other end watching her too. And there's another female. Let me just make sure there's a female there because I want you guys to think of some fucking stalker shit. But we watching her, right? And we see her and then like, okay, she's coming out right now. She's coming out right now. What time? Mark the time. 12:01. It's up 12:01. She's coming out. She has fucking ice cream in her hand and she also has a bag with groceries in it. Okay, and the next person's all right, roger that. And other dudes like that, all right, look, make sure to look at the butt. Okay, she's reaching for, it looks like her eggs. She don't have any more eggs. "Hey, Jeff, come from the inside, grab the eggs and bring it to her and say, hey, you left this on the table and give it back to her." You think they can't do that shit? It ain't that fucking hard to do some shit like that. If they see what you're doing and watching you, you're pinpointing you. It's like grabbing the controller and controlling a video game. It's that simple, man. Because your mind is under their control at the moment. You have no control of your own shit. They're fucking with your head to the full extent, man. And it's not your fault. It don't make you a fool. It don't make you foolish or none of that shit. You just don't understand what's happening. And you have to learn this shit. Somebody wrote something, man, and said a really good quote. I wish I could quote what they said, man. I responded to someone's message. I like the words that was written. But it was about how, going, God, uses, his strongest soldiers, They pick God, God's strongest soldiers to be able to survive through this shit, I was like, it was cool, I like that. I respected that word. I respect that a lot. And I couldn't agree any more than that, I'm not saying that anybody else ain't as strong. But, obviously when you go through shit like this, you gotta be strong through it. That's all to it. And if you're not strong, you're not gonna survive. So if you're surviving and you're still up here and you're not giving a fuck, then you're doing right. Shit. That was one situation with the lighter. Now back to the story with the German couple I saw over there. There was They were very nice. It was tall ass German dude and his wife. They're both tall. Like fucking wife was all sexy and shit. And there was a couple other German people inside of the fucking the ice cream shop who was staring at me too. When I was running from that shit, I jumped over a fucking ledge and shit. I jumped over a ledge. I was doing some adventurous shit. So I see these people. I'm like, hey, can I use your cell phone? Because I'm glad I remember this shit now. And I use your cell phone. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't use it. I don't know how the accent was, but he's like, I'm sorry, my phone don't work and shit. I'm like, where you guys from? They're like, yeah, we're from Germany. I was like, I can tell. All this shit. And they were in on the shit. They were fucking with me just as much as everyone else was. It was everybody from all over the fucking world. I was like, what's going on? Asian people too. Like, everybody, yo. It wasn't just it wasn't just white people or Mexicans or no shit like that. It was everybody. White, black, Spanish. It was like there would be everyone. It didn't matter how many people were doing it. People who you start to know or even knew, almost become they're after you. You start thinking, so how long has this person actually ever been my fucking friend? Yeah, and then that was fucked up. So get this shit. I ran to the hotel that was right next to the one they were staying at. I went to go talk to the person in at the front desk so I can use the phone because this shit just happened. I had escaped a situation that felt shady. And when we were driving to the hotel, me and my ex, everyone was following the car. It was fucking weird. They was all following the fucking car and shit, and they were just after us, chasing, on our tail. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And I was just being calm because I was like, man, I ain't worried about this shit because this shit just happened to me the night before. I was like, I ain't worried about this shit. I'm prepared for this shit now. I don't give a fuck. And they made me prepared for that shit, all right. So we went to the hotel room and the door would open up, man. I'm just like, okay, I'm done with this crazy. All this shit happened. I was like, I felt shitty about that. So she's like, she's like, what the fuck? The key's not working. It just was working. And I'm like, she's like, I'm gonna go get a key. I said, don't worry about it. I'll go get the key. So she's like, what are you talking about? She's like, no, don't worry about it. So I'm like, no, I got it. So I ran down there to get the key. And I went in there and said, hey, the room don't work and shit like that. And she's like, oh, what? And she's acting all confused, this lady. And I was like, yeah, let me get that key. Matter of fact, we're just gonna check out that room or some shit like that. And I said that to her, and then she's like, okay, blah blah, and I just left out. I said her first and last name, and I bounced. And I ran out, and I saw her ass. She was walking, and then she claimed she didn't hear me, but I felt like she was fucking ignoring my ass. She heard that. She heard me calling her ass. I tried to go back there because I didn't know if she was doing this shit to me or not. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know who was doing this shit to me. But I didn't trust that situation, so I had to get away. I left my phone there and everything. And I just ran. I started going, and everyone was coming after me, man. I was fucking scared, yo. I was really fucking scared. They was causing hell. Motherfuckers was firing shots in the air and shit, man. It was fucking with me bad. It wasn't July neither. And yeah, doing that shit, and then I had ran across the street. I was only there for 30 minutes, and I ran there, and I went into the fucking place, and I'm like, I used the phone. He's like, you can use it real quick, and I went to go call her number. So I called her phone. I remind you, I left her. She was walking back towards the hotel room looking for me. This was only 10 minutes after that shit. 10 minutes, if that. I get across the street, past Dairy Queen, go to the hotel room, get in there, use the phone. I call her fucking phone. And as I'm calling that shit, it first goes dun dun dun. Never heard it do that before. That was awkward. And I called it back, and then when I fucking called it, some lady walked by me. I'm not making this fucking shit up. Walked by me, had the phone in her hand like this, and was showing me the fucking phone and had the case. And I noticed that case. It was the same fucking case that she had, the exact same one, that scratch on it and everything. I could see it, and the fucking phone was ringing her fucking ringtone. And I looked at the phone and I saw the person was holding. She was just doing like that, and she walked by holding the phone like that and just walked off like she didn't see me. And I saw that happen, and I hung up the phone. And I just started laughing, laughing of nervous fear. I felt there's nothing I could do at this point, because how the fuck would that happen? I felt defeated at that point when that happened. I said, okay. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but everybody's fucking chasing after me. I don't understand. And then I was trying to tell him what happened. He knew what the fuck was going on. They all knew. And he was like, I just heard like, this is a situation where this happens. I heard somebody got robbed. I'm just sitting there. He's telling me this bullshit, all this happened, and that motherfucker tried to hit me with the fucking stick, that security guard. That was 20 minutes in. I had like 8 more hours or 7.5 more hours ago of walking. Yeah, that was shit was hell. Make life hell. They did that shit. That's for damn sure. So I saw every time this shit would happen too. I swear I saw a fucking car. That's another thing they'll do to you too. They'll fuck with your head a lot too. Like if you own, like say if you have a car or had a car or know someone that has a car like this. Like for instance, like my mom was driving this Dodge, right? This red one with the black stripes and shit. And all of a sudden, like I'm out here in Tucson and nobody fucking drives that shit. No one has that fucking car. That's not a car you see all the time out there. All of a sudden, when that shit started happening to me, like that was the first like couple signs. I kept seeing a lot of this shit. Like I kept seeing that car everywhere. They're trying to send me like a sign that we know about your fucking family and stuff. Okay, I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like we trying to get something. You trying to get some kind of fucking like something out of me. Some reaction out of me. Fuck you. That's how I look at it. So they would taunt me with shit like that. They would taunt me with cars. Like if I searched up my name, right? I was searching up my name and I was trying to Google my shit. I was obsessed with trying to find out what the fuck was going on with me. I'm like, trying to type in everything I could and I couldn't find nothing. Everything would just seem like the same shit I looked up. It was like I was like on their servers or something. Like I never was able to go to a computer lab and all I had was my phone that was hacked, so everything I was reading on there was fucking bullshit. The computers that I can use, they were all bullshit because everywhere I went was somewhere where they were doing this shit to me at, like the hotels. You think their computers aren't bullshit, the guest ones? You think that shit is showing you actual results? You think they can't fuck with that shit? All that administrative holes and stuff like that on there, passwords and stuff? Come on. It's too fucking easy. So like, everything I was reading was all bullshit. And every time I talked to somebody, you could tell someone was listening in. People would hang up my fucking phone calls while I was talking. Like just messing up with the phones, and then like next thing you know, they'll be exactly where the fuck I was at. Like, so I had to start making up shit, like saying I was gonna catch a cab or take the bus, and then like get off the bus just to go catch a cab, and then it's just like a bunch of horse shit just to try to like get away from these motherfuckers. Uber drivers be on that shit too. I'll get about them motherfuckers soon. Fucking Uber driver, they in on that shit. Stay tuned for that. Shit, man, like messing with a lot of shit. They'll mess with your stuff, man. They'll mess with your car. Even, you know what I'm saying? They'll throw shit at your car. They'll fucking they'll mess with the shit inside of the car. Be careful what you leave in the car. That shit be missing. They done stole my ID so many fucking times. Not even funny. I feel like I was getting pickpocketed most of the times. It was like a lot of situations where I'm like, how the fuck did you get my ID? Like, how'd you get it? Like, how are you getting this from? I could have sworn I just had it like right here, and all of a sudden it's fucking gone. Like, they just kept stealing my shit. Kept stealing everything from me, man. Like, making everything I could to try to get the fuck out of that state. Hard as fuck, dog. Because I'm like, don't ID, you can't go nowhere without no fucking identification. It ain't happening. So I had to go and like get this fucking car ordered for me and shit. Express order. Like, of some shit that I had just had. What the fuck? Yeah, like, that's pretty much it, man. As far as that, I mean, that's something I forgot about, but that's something they always do is the small things, like, they mess with a lot of this shit. They mess with your food and stuff like that, like, just make things not work like they used to. Fuck with your lighters. Like, they'll jam it, and then, like, all of a sudden, like, it won't work and shit, or the lighter will start going real high. I'm not bullshitting. Like, how you think I got fucking set on fire? They were using a torch, and I was like clicking the torch, and it ignited, man. As if I fucking let off a bomb and shit, and it fucking just detonated and shit. The fuck? And I caught on fire, flames, took my shirt off, rolled, stopped driving, rolled, took the shirt off, burned some face hairs, and I was good. I was shooken up a little bit, but I was good. And I was thankful that I actually survived that shit. It was fucking scary when it happened. But I took it, and that wasn't the last. See, that was the first one that was real bad like that. It was many more to come that were worse than that shit. That was the most amazing one to me because that was the one time where I was actually in like some kind of physical fucked up pain, like I was actually on fire. Now, it wasn't like me being poisoned and shit like that, or some EMF attack where it's hard for me to even tell you that because it makes no fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, this motherfucker set off a big ass light, and almost, and there's people aren't gonna know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, they don't think you crazy, and you're not fucking crazy. So those things are hard to explain, but that shit when we get set on fire, if I explain it to a person in the real world, you know what I'm saying, the normal world rather, and not the mad real world, like the fucking, the gang stalker shit, then they're not gonna understand the people in the real world. I'm like, look, man, there's this light that blah blah blah. What the fuck are you talking about? But if I told you about motherfucker getting set on fire, that happens all the time here in the real world. You know what I'm saying? Someone's always getting fucking something fucked up happened to them. Set on fire, shot, stabbed, killed, like ways like that. The normal ways to kill people, if you want to call that normal. And then you got the crazy ways to kill somebody that motherfuckers don't know about yet. But it's coming to a fucking a funeral home near you. If you don't wise up to that shit, and it's like it's not a thing to fucking joke around with and not think that can't actually happen, because it's gonna happen to anybody. My eyes are sensitive as fuck to all types of lights and LEDs and shit like that, screens, and just the brightness is coming from that shit. So I gotta be careful, because that would have happened to me, and I was like a crash test dummy to their fucking toy. Those tactical flashlights ain't no fucking joke, and they got some ones out there that they're fucking crazy. They were talking about, there was some fucking story about these motherfuckers putting those kind of beams that are on those tactical flashlights and shit, those really high beams, the powerful ones. They were talking about putting them on a fucking BMW. They were gonna use those lights on a BMW car. For what? Do you know what that does to motherfuckers? Anyway, man. Motherfuckers gonna learn. Sooner or later, they gonna learn. I'm gonna sign out of here, man. I appreciate y'all time, man. I think I'm gonna make another one about what I was talking about with the drivers, Uber drivers, and shit like that. And also, I have to talk about the landlords as well. So I might combine those in one video. So y'all take it easy out there, man. Make sure to like and subscribe, man. I'll definitely keep pumping out more of a lot of other topics as well. So y'all take it easy out there. Be safe. Peace.